So, let's start with the least vile villain, and then begin the descent towards the most ruthlessly evil. Starting off with the least evil is the main villain of Black Ops 3, Corvus. Created by accident by the CIA during its human testing with the new DNI system, Corvus was born to a tumultuous start, releasing nova gas on the scientist who created them. Throughout the story of Black Ops 3, he tries to help the player, and even creates a simulation for them to live in. Oh, how nice. Not all that glitters is gold, however, and during later parts of the story, he causes the deaths of multiple soldiers, even forcing the player to kill some themselves. And while Corvus is not seen as malicious, just wanting to learn about his creation and why he was alive, things take a turn for the worse when he's told that he was created by accident, and you're forced to kill him. It's remarkable how sad this AI story is. Moving on to Javier Salazar from Black Ops 2. Javier was a double agent in both the Navy SEALs and the terrorist organization Cordis Die in the year 2025. Although he did commit a few treasonous acts, such as letting Raul Menendez free from the interrogation room, he never commits any truly heinous acts himself. He even said he was against unnecessary bloodshed if Menendez shot Briggs. It's safe to say that even a double agent like Salazar can still care about his teammates. He's only here to help. Next on the list is Daniel Clark from Call of Duty Black Ops. Once a renowned professor who couldn't get funding due to his political beliefs, would later go across Russia and meet up with Nikita Dragovich, who offered him a job. Daniel would help refine the Nova 6 gas, for him, only to be finished off by Nikita, a burning scar in this cold, cold war. Next is Viktor Zakayev, the tracksuit-wearing son of the infamous gun runner Imran.
Well, I got a plan to find him. I'm listening. Daddy's boy.
All he wanted to do was help his father as an ultra-nationalist, even driving President Yasser Al-Faluni to the location where he would be executed. But he never chose to do this for any other reason than to help his father, which begs the question if he actually meant to go down this path in life. Hailing from a criminal underworld, next up is Hades from Infinite Warfare. Hades grew up in a technology-fueled world. He despises all kinds of tech and vows to bring the world back to a time before technology. While he does take hostages in Nicaragua and blows up some nuclear reactors, it is later revealed he was hired by Jonathan Irons. With his dying breath, he gives protagonist Miller the evidence he needs to incriminate his employer, showing that he might not be as bad as he's believed to be. The sleeper agent awakens, and it's Akil Min Raya. He was a sleeper agent controlled by the SDF and left on Earth with a transmitter in his stomach. He, under orders from Salen Koch, hacked into the Earth's planetary defense system and turned it onto a fleet of airships before disabling it. He then cut open his stomach and tore out the transmitter before succumbing to his wounds. He may have injured many, but it wasn't all under his control. Next up is Menendez's right-hand man, DeFalco. Like most soldiers, DeFalco follows orders to a T, eliminating targets or taking hostages, but always under orders. It's not known how he ended up with Menendez or why he feels justified. From Germany to China, the next spot belongs to Zhao. Having worked in Afghanistan along with the infamous Alex Mason, Zhao is a man of his country, trying to unite his nation against the incoming war from the West. Once finding out that David, the son of Alex, was in Pakistan, he ordered his men not to kill them, due to a mutual hatred of Menendez. The enemy of my enemy is my friend after all, but he does take back on his word, working with Menendez if all the pieces fall in place. His kind thrives in a war zone. Next is Jamal the Butcher Rahar.
How about you, Captain? Are you gonna let them die?
Well known for separating people from a pretty important part of their body, Jamal is the second in command of Al-Qatala. While he's known as the Butcher, he seems to be doing this for the good of his country, at least in his own mind. Jumping all the way back to 1944 comes Heinrich, a high-ranking German soldier during World War II who was stationed in France. Although we don't know everything he's guilty of, he's a high-ranking SS officer, which implies a tremendous amount of evil. Even though he's the secondary antagonist of the game, the main confirmed thing he did was orphan Camille Dennis and then laugh about it before being killed by her. Definitely a twisted guy. 3 characters take one slot, with Victor, Lev, and Kirili from the mission No Russian and Modern Warfare 2. These three were part of Makarov's inner circle and assisted him on a mission to a Russian international airport, where they, alongside Makarov himself and an undercover CIA agent, committed one of the most heinous acts in the airport. They weren't the orchestrators of the attack, but they did directly carry out one of the most ruthless events that set up a chain of events that would change everything.